People attacked me after my first CourseCareers video, and they said, this is fake, nobody gets hired this fast, it's only a scam. So today we're finding out the truth, and I have my laptop here and we're just gonna dig right into it. Now, full disclosure, I am a partner of CourseCareers, but also of many other course providers, and I don't really need you to sign up for this CourseCareers thing, and this video is not sponsored and I can say whatever I want. And instead of listening to me, we're gonna hear from some actual students who took the course, got hired, and can tell you exactly what it's like, instead of just, listening to me. So let's begin with a quick look at the ratings first. On the first page, called Career Karma, you can find over 1,000 reviews of CourseCareers with a 4.8 overall rating. Now you can actually see that there are recent reviews, all from graduates, all public as well, that you can just find there. And so the next website is going to be Course Report, and on there you'll find hundreds of more reviews with a pretty solid 4.9 rating. These are also verified by their LinkedIn profiles, to see that these are literally legit students of CourseCareers. And so you can see the overall experience is around 4.9 at the time of this recording, a 4.9 on the instructors, curriculum 4.9, and job assistance is 4.7, which is definitely not bad. Next up is going to be Trustpilot, where they have a verified profile, and they got around 4.8 from over 400 student reviews. Now, we're going to cover these more in detail later. So here's a quick summary of CourseCareers before we get into it to make sure that we're on the same page. CourseCareers is an educational company, and their bootcamps help you pivot and start a new career within months or just within a few weeks without a college degree required. At the same time, it sounds a little bit too good to be true, and it took me a while to accept it as well. But here's what I realized, right? We all know that college is not actually preparing students for the job market. Like, sure, if you want to become a doctor, you want to become a lawyer, yes, there are going to be a lot of exceptions, but there are plenty of high-paying jobs where college is not preparing the graduates. People end up with tens of thousands in student loan debt only to work at Starbucks. And there is a clear gap in the traditional system, and that is where CourseCareers comes in. Now, is it going to make you a lawyer? No, but it's going to help you fill that specific gap. Because what they do is that they focus on careers that don't require a college degree, and where jobs are plenty and where salaries are high. So pretty good jobs. Then what they do is that their boot camps target the exact specific skills that students need to actually get a job in the field in just a fraction of the time that you would learn it through college or something, if you even learn it. They also partner with various companies that specifically hire their graduates, which another thing that might show some legitimacy. But anyway, their two most popular boot camps are the IT and the tech sales boot camps, which we'll take a look at and focus on in this video. Their IT course, as you can see, is self-paced and takes roughly 4 to 12 weeks to complete. You're going to be learning the ins and outs of information technology and also help prepare for jobs in IT, such as an IT help desk where you're going to be helping people with their technology problems. Now, the salary is good, but it's reasonable, and it's, an entry-level job after all, so you're not going to be making like 6 figures, and I see a lot of people trying to pretend like you can make 6 figures or, even above that from just an entry-level job with no experience, and then they try to sell you something. I'm not going to try to do that. But it's still a pretty good salary, especially at the entry level, and you'll earn way more as you gain experience in the field. But now, who's teaching the actual course? That's a pretty important thing, right? The instructor is a famous IT personality and a YouTuber called Josh, who I think has around 200,000 subscribers himself, and he's been in IT for nearly 20 years and helped hundreds, if not thousands at this point, of beginners land jobs. So let's quickly cover their other bootcamp before we talk about the pros and cons. Tech sales means selling software and technology products, usually over the phone. But tech sales is not a typical, sleazy sales job. In tech sales, you're going to be selling to companies and sell what they actually need. And a lot of people in tech sales are able to work from home, just like in IT support. The program is also self-paced at 4 to 12 weeks. And in tech sales, you can make a lot of money because you're selling stuff. So you're going to be getting a salary plus the additional commissions when you sell, meaning that the sky is literally the limit for your income. Now, these programs from CourseCareers are going to be including access to mentorship, group coaching, a private student community, as well as various career resources and plenty of more things. And as I said, they even match you with companies, but do check that as it depends on your location, so before you get too excited about it. So let's take a look at the student testimonials and what do actual students think about CourseCareers, because honestly, that's the only thing that really matters. I could be making up stories all over the place, but all the people that I'm going to talk about are available on LinkedIn. So you can look them up and see their own track record, which is pretty hard to fake. CourseCareers have also done some actual interviews with them if you want to take a look at these too. And so looking at success stories is one of the best ways of knowing if something can guarantee success. And, of course, nothing can guarantee success, but it can give you a very good indicator of what's possible. So you can see some of their success stories, some of their highlighted ones. Most of these are going to be from either tech sales or IT, since those are their two most popular bootcamps, as we mentioned before. You can also find a lot of other testimonials from data analyst courses, accounting, and so on, but most of them are going to be from IT and tech sales. You can see a couple of these examples right here, how Alex went from college student to IT help desk, how he got a job in IT help desk in 1 month, how he landed an IT job without experience, from military pivoted into a career in IT, how he broke into IT while still in school, and you can go ahead and Google these people and you can actually look at their stories as well. A new high school grad lands IT jobs in 6 weeks, as well as also their tech sales one, how I landed my tech sales job with no experience, how I went from Instacart shopper to Instacart tech sales, how Saban landed a tech sales jobs with no experience, how Samira went to tech sales at 21, as well as landed a tech sales job with no experience. And you can see a lot more testimonials here as well. You can just scroll and open these up for yourself when you want to, when you have the time. Now, okay, so this is a good time to go over the pros and cons. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, I really like the format. It's why I partnered with them. And it's, very flexible, self-paced, and much more affordable than a lot of other options, while still offering a lot of the big benefits like coaching and a community. But still, of course, I'm going to be biased, so let's talk about some of the downsides. First, you can pretty much learn all of these skills for free online, as with anything, and that's just a fact. But the difference is here that it's a structured program, it's coaching, it's accountability, and the guarantee that you'll actually be finishing the program and you'll be job ready when you do so. I love self-studying, but it's going to be much harder to stay on track and you don't even get a certificate. So now, while this program, certainly isn't as cheap as watching YouTube videos, it's also going to be more hands-on. And compared to college or other boot camps that usually cost like tens of thousands, it's a pretty good affordable option. Another thing to keep in mind though is that you're not going to learn everything in the program, as it's going to be quite short. But the good part is that you don't need to. The goal of the program is to teach you the most in-demand relevant skills really quickly so that you can actually get your first foot in the door. And for that, CourseCareers does a really good job. At the end of the day, it also depends on who you are. I could sit here and talk about how much I like this, but it depends a little bit on what you prefer as well, or quite a lot on what you prefer. So find the free intro courses in the video description along with a discount if you do decide to sign up. If you're still deciding, I also made some other videos where I go deeper into the course and break down the curriculum of each one and how it can help you land a job in these specific fields. So check that out as well.